Hi everyone, Louise here, talking about living effortlessly and magically, which basically is all about changing your life for the better, changing your life so that you have the things that you want and that you achieve the things you want, create the things you want. So this week's video is about thoughts and feelings. And one of the fundamental things to realise about thoughts and feelings is that they don't necessarily reflect the truth in any given situation. Our thoughts and feelings really are only telling us about what we believe, what we're assuming about a situation, other people, ourselves, whatever it is. So your negative feelings that you generally feel are associated with your beliefs, what you might call a negative feeling, and these beliefs are generally disempowering and not serving you. But you can learn from them. You can learn from these feelings, because when you can feel some kind of a reaction to something that's going on around you, then you can be sure that that reaction is telling you something about you. For instance, if somebody, for instance, is being judgmental towards you and you react to that and you feel pissed off about it and you think, God, that's so judgmental. Developing self-awareness, which is what we need to kind of progress in this kind of work. Developing self-awareness is about taking the time to stop and go inwards and examine that reaction, that feeling that you're having. Because generally speaking, if you're reacting like that, it's because the person out there is reflecting back to you something about yourself that you are not looking at, or that you're not comfortable about, or that you're in denial about, or that you don't see, but an element of yourself that you are not, that you don't see, that you don't want, that you don't accept as having within yourself. And so these thoughts and feelings, whilst they might not reflect the truth of what's going on in a situation, they are, the negative feelings in particular, they are a great teacher for you. Because, when we're feeling bad in any way, we're actually out of alignment with ourselves. And generally speaking, what we tend to do when we feel like that, when we're out of alignment with ourselves, is we immediately try and find something to do to resolve that. And that's either by getting pissed off about it, or, maybe reaching for the bottle of wine, or for the cigarettes, or, whatever it is that you do to resolve those kinds of feelings. You find yourself, getting deeper and deeper into one thing triggering another until you're going down the rabbit hole, basically. So the best way to deal with it when you're feeling some kind of, bad shit, let's say, is to take a moment to assess what's going on within yourself. Go within yourself and ask yourself, what is this showing me about myself? What's it showing me? And don't make it mean anything about you. Because, if somebody's judgmental with you, it actually doesn't mean anything except they've got stuff going on. And so this increased self-awareness is amazing, because here's the thing. If you're okay with yourself, if you're able to go within yourself and not be judgmental about other people at all, for example, then you won't be annoyed when you see someone out there who is being judgmental with you. It won't affect you. We're only affected negatively by behaviours in other people when we're in denial about having those behaviours in ourselves, basically. It's magical. So it's about taking that time to go inward and look at yourself and just ask yourself, am I like that? Do I have that? Do I have the potential to be like that? And the more self-awareness you develop, the more other people's stuff, the less rather, the more self-awareness you develop, the less other people's stuff will affect you. You know, you can be stuck in a traffic jam. It won't affect you. You could, be stuck in a line in the supermarket and it won't affect you. You know, it's like you get into that state where it's almost like you slow time down and you feel chilled, and it's okay because you're in the present moment. And when you're able to just be self-aware and be in the present moment, you can find all kinds of things in any moment to actually enjoy, even if things around you are not quite as you would like them to be. And when there's something that you want to create, well, then the emotions that go with that have to be the elevated and great and good ones. So it's like, you know, in the days of everyone going mad over affirmations, you know, we used to all say, you know, I am powerful and I am strong and I can, you know, the wealth of the universe is mine and I have the love of my life. And you're saying the words, but you didn't, you know, a lot of people found that with affirmations, they didn't quite, you know, it didn't quite work. And the reason for that is that the essential ingredient X was missing from the equation, and that is by feeling the feelings that you would feel should you already have those things in your life. Now, there is actual science behind this, which I will talk about some other time, I think, because it's really incredibly interesting. But really, you have got to get into a state where you feel the feelings should that event already be happening, should that experience, let's say, already be happening in your life. And in fact, in ancient traditions, as I heard Greg Braden saying on a video the other day, ancient traditions say that feeling is the prayer. And I can remember when I was a kid, you know, I went to a Catholic school and we used to, you know, say a Hail Mary, or several Hail Marys, in fact, you know, at the beginning of every day, at the beginning of every lesson period, at the end of every day. We you know, before we had our lunch, or no, that was, well, no, we said grace then, not a Hail Mary, but we were continually saying the Hail Mary. Now, when I was a kid, these were just words that I sort of mumbled in a way. I mean, I didn't even understand what the words actually meant. It was just, Hail Mary, full of grace, Lord is with thee, blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb. You know, it was done like that, and it was, and I'd learnt it just by ear, because I was only 4 when I went there to start with, so I learnt it by ear. But I didn't know what any of the words meant till much later. But nobody ever, when we were saying a prayer, said to us, okay, don't just say the words, you've got to feel it. You've got to feel it in your heart. No one ever said that. And I think that's the problem with most religions in the world these days, is because, you know, in most, especially Western religions, I don't know about, particularly about Eastern ones, but I know in the Western world we tend to say prayers without feeling. So you've got to feel like you would feel if you had good health, for instance. If you're choosing good health, you have to feel that good health. And it's feeling that good health that is going to create actual chemical changes in your brain that will flood your system with all the chemicals you need to create that health. And it can extend to even beyond your physical body. So, you know, this is all to do with your heart and your brain being electromagnetic field generators. So that's basically my bit of a take on thoughts and feelings, is that notice the negative ones, because they can teach you about yourself and help you to develop your self-awareness and about what's going on for you. And then the good feelings that you would get had you created something that you really wanted, you've got to practice feeling those before you get the thing you want, because that is what will actually bring the magic into creating that in your life as a real physical thing. The magic ingredient which is going to bring to you synchronicities and unexpected happenings and ideas and things like that. That ingredient X, feeling the feeling in your heart, is the thing that gives the power to your vision, which is your thought. So you have to combine the thought or the vision in your imagination of what you want with the actual emotions. And the emotions that come from the heart are the give the power to the whole thing. I can't think of what else to say there. Give the power to it anyway. So brilliant. In my next video, I'll probably look a bit more into the science of all this this kind of thing, perhaps. Anyway, I'll see. But for now, if you want any information on my coaching, because I work with clients and I help them to create great things in their lives, and it's what I love doing the best. And if you want the info on that, there's contact details for me below. And if you liked it, like and share. And that's it. That's all for now. So thank you for listening, and see you next time. Bye.